Hello everyone, in this video we'll have a look at how to use email and webhook notifications that are available on Cisco vManage. Before we get into that, let's understand the two models of retrieving the information. One, we can use a pull model mechanism, that is to use the vManage REST APIs to retrieve the information related to alarms. However, alarms occur at random intervals in a network, and it is very inefficient to poll the system very frequently. And trying to figure out what is the frequency at which we need to poll would be really tough. So, we can use the other mechanism, that is a push model mechanism, in which vManage sends an email or a webhook notifications based on the configuration. And these notifications are sent in real time. That is, whenever the alarm occurs, the vManage receives an alarm's information. Then vManage triggers an either simple email notification or sends an HTTP post request to our webhook server in real time. In case of webhooks, we need to do an additional work because it sends an HTTP post request, and now the webhook server should have an API route to process the data and take further actions. In case of email notification, vManage uses the SMTP server authentication and sends out an email to the list of email IDs that we have provided. This feature is available from the vManage 18.3 release onward. In order to spin up a webhook server, you can start off by cloning my GitHub repository, which has a webhooks.py Python file, which spins up a Flask web server and starts listening for the vManage HTTP post requests. The other thing that the script does is it parses the data that is sent from the vManage and sends an alert to the WebEx Teams room. So for using WebEx Teams API, we also need to provide an environment variables, that's the WebEx Teams API token and the WebEx Teams room ID to which we would like to send our alerts. Now let's go to the vManage UI and see how to configure the email and webhook notifications. Go to Monitor, Alarms section, click on Email Notifications, then click on Add Email Notifications. Provide a name, for example, maybe Notifications Test. Select the severity level of the alarms for which we would like to trigger the notifications. So I'll select all of them. Now we can select the different alarms for which we would like to trigger the alarms for. Let's say OMP site up, OMP site down. Click on Add Email List. Provide the list of emails that we would like to receive the notifications from. Click on Save. Now click on Enable Webhook. Provide the username and password for our webhook server and provide a webhook server IP. You can also select all devices or list of devices for which we would like to enable the notifications. I'll go ahead by selecting all. Then let's go to Administration Settings. Select the email notifications and enable it. In this case, I'm using the Gmail SMTP server with SSL security option, and I'm also sending the email notifications in the same vmanage.notifications@gmail.com. That's a test account that I've created. So the from and to address For this email notifications would be same in this demo. And then we provide the SMTP authentication details, the username and password, so that we can get authenticated with the SMTP server. Now let's go back to the monitor section for alarms. Let's search for an alarm like say OMP. So you see here today on 14th July, there's an OMP site down and up alarm that's being triggered. And if you go to the WebEx team room here, you would see a similar alarms. That's OMP site down and site up alarms. So this is the data that we get as a part of the HTTP post request that is sent from the vManage to the Webhook server. It contains the details like the system IP, site ID, and the host name that is received from. And what's the message? For example, all OMP sessions to this site are down or up in case of when it's up. And then now let's also have a look at how does email notifications look like. Here is how an email message would look like with the event name, the system IP, and what time the event has occurred. With that, we come to the end of this demo. We also have a DevNet Learning Lab which provides the step-by-step instructions on how to configure the webhook and email notifications and spin up a webhook server on your workstation, for example, either a macOS environment or in the Windows environment. Thank you so much for watching this video.